Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Axel, and today we're going to be talking about an IM called the Spica 260. It's from a brand called Tipsy. This is the first time for me to review anything from the brand, and let's talk about it. This is a hybrid IM, and if you go on to the official website, you'll find that it retails for around $289. But if you go on to AliExpress, you will find a lot of different prices. Like, I have seen it go on as low as 110 to 140, with most of the prices are going in between those two. So I'm going to be reviewing it from that perspective, and let's talk about what comes in the box. Basically, you do get this carrying case, which is actually very nice, very sturdy, and inside that carrying case you do get 3 pairs of silicone ear tips in 3 different sizes, which is actually pretty nice. Now, moving on to the cable, we get this thin cable, I would say, and I have to admit, like, for that price, the cable doesn't give me any premium feeling, and at first, I was surprised by that. But I have to admit actually, that with use I started to love this cable because it's a very, very soft cable. Now, it could tangle because of its being a thin cable, but in practical use, it's a very soft cable, stays on the desk, no memory, and no microphonics. Moving on to the earpieces, unfortunately, they are having a QDC connector for the earpieces, something I haven't seen in a long time, and this makes it a bit challenging. If you want to, swap out the cable, you have to have a QDC cable, which actually I don't anymore. The resin here is skin friendly, and it actually feels very nice. Nozzle diameter is excellent. It's very small. It's 5.6 millimeter, which is actually very, very small. That's basically it. So yeah, these are my thoughts on the accessories. I think they're nice for the price. I think it's good. The design is attractive. You have a vent where it should be, 2 vents actually, one here, so no pressure issues, and it actually feels nice against the skin. And let's talk about the most important aspect, which is the tuning. And let's look at the graph. And frankly, this is a very unique type of tuning. It's not going to be for everybody, and I'm going to describe to you how it sounded to my ears, because it's as I said, it's a very unique tuning, niche tuning. So let's talk about the sub bass. Not a lot of sub bass, but a lot of mid bass, a lot. And this thing punches and slams very, very hard. It's not the cleanest bass shelf out there, and to my ears, it's not clean. But if you're talking about the sense of slam and punch, it delivers a lot of it. So a lot of tracks could sound a bit more fun, a bit more lively, a bit more engaging. The low end here is very, very strong. And bass quality is not bad either. It's actually pretty nice. You do get some detail in the bass, bit resolving in the low end, which is actually very nice. Now, things start to take a different turn when we move on to the mid-range. And this is where I didn't really enjoy the Spica 260, because the mid-range, let's say the bass sounds boomy because it bleeds into the mid-range. The mid-range sounds muddy, it doesn't sound clear. It sounds veiled. Like, it sounds resolving in the mid-range, but the bass covers up the mid-range, so it feels like there is a layer on top of the vocals, which kind of prevent the vocals from sounding clear. Like, it's like there's a barrier between you and the vocals. Like, that's the best way for me to describe it. The bass is between you. It's getting in the way of you and the vocals. And I'm not getting that clarity, although the level of detail is actually pretty good on the Spica 260, but the clarity of the vocals and instruments are not there. Let's also look at the graph, and you start noticing that there is a bit of uneven presentation when it comes to the mid-range, and that is also audible. Some aspects of the mid-range are a bit highlighted more than others, and you start noticing that. So that's also something else. And when it comes to the treble, again, it's a bit peaky, it's a bit uneven, and to my ears, the lower treble is not harsh, but it's emphasized, like drum, like hi-hats, cymbal crashes. All these things sound a bit highlighted from the music. They do sound loud, not harsh, not sibilant, not fatiguing, but definitely loud. And then we don't get lots of air. So basically, when I'm listening to this I'm hearing lots of bass, mid bass specifically, lots and lots of punch and slam, and I'm hearing decent, clear lower treble that I absolutely loved. but the rest is not really there in the picture. Like the mid-range is not clear. The upper treble could use a bit more extension. It's not dark, but definitely could use a bit more air. And that's basically the sound of the Spica 260. Level of detail is actually pretty good. I have to say that it's excellent. To be fair, it's excellent. Separation is excellent as well. Just that bass is just covering a lot of things that prevent it from, from making the vocals shine. Like for me personally, I would, if that bass is controlled and the mid-range is a bit more reserved, I would take that presentation better, even if the bass is not like that. So, like some people who feel like, say, warm, mid-range, I think this is overly warm. Too warm, too warm to blend in all those details. Let's do one comparison, which I will do it against the FIO FP3, which is an impressive IM. Still a unique tuning, still a niche tuning. I will not say the FIO FP3 is something also I can recommend for everyone. It's both of these IMs I will say try before you buy. But let's look at the graph, and you start noticing some similarities here and there, both of, in the mid-range and the treble, and even the mid-bass. But I will say something, and this is my point of view. The FIO FP3 is cheaper, right? It's a planar as well, so it has distinct advantages. It has a few things that are possibly redeeming. The cable is better, and it has that planar resolution. The bass, although the bass covers a lot of the mid-range of the FIO FP3 as well, I feel that with the FP3, the bass is quick, so it's not really, having that long decay to cover a lot of the details. It still allows a lot of the vocals to shine. You still hear a lot of those details. Because it's a planar, it's trying to, resolve a lot more detail as well. The peakiness in the mid-range as well, it has a bit more clarity. You can see the mid-range, the peak, it has a lot more as well. And, some upper air as well, Both of them are very unique tunings. To be completely honest, both of them are unique tunings, but I feel the FP3 had a few things that I enjoyed more. Like I didn't feel with the FP3 that the mid-range is a bit muddy, or like the bass is that boomy. It still had some clarity, to redeem it, and it could make me even say, yeah, get the FP3, and with a small EQ, you got yourself one resolving IM, beautiful wooden like shells, very comfortable, and the level of resolution, just with a quick tweak here and there, is going to save it. It's a very nice, planar. But with the Tipsy, I think, it does sound a bit more muddy, a bit more veiled, if you will. Even the treble could use a bit more extension, and so on. So it's kind of a taste. So yeah, that's it, my review for the Tipsy Spica 260. Unique tuning for sure. I'm not going to say it's a bad IM. It's something that, maybe someone out there could enjoy it. The standout feature for me personally is the bass. I think the bass here is very punchy, slams hard, and it's really, really, really enjoyable for people who like lots of mid-bass slam and impact. But, it's not exactly balanced tuning. It's not exactly a smooth tuning. And I think there are other options out there that have good bass, have good slam, but also have other good qualities out there, in terms of the mid-range and the treble. And that's my opinion about it, the Tipsy 260, Spica 260. Let me know what you think down in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.